Hello, I am speaking today specifically to women who are over 40 who have had challenges with weight. Is that you? If so, that's what I'm talking about today. So I hope you'll stay with me. Hi, I am Tammy Coyne, your holistic alchemist, helping you change pain into possibilities and possibilities into purpose. I upload content to the channel on Tuesdays and Thursdays around the holistic journey, mind, body, spirit. I also do the Holistic Pathway podcast that I upload every Saturday, where I have unscripted conversations with other entrepreneurs about mind, body, spirit, and entrepreneurship. Back on this channel, we talk mainly about the holistic healing journey and personal development. So I'd love for you to subscribe to the channel and feel free to comment on any video and let me know if there is a topic that you would really like to see here. So who am I? I am Tammy Coyne. I mentioned I have a history of childhood trauma, abuse, loss, and I've gotten to the other side of complex post-traumatic stress syndrome. I also had a profound spiritual awakening in 2014, which took me from being a federal analyst into being a holistic practitioner. So let's talk a little bit about this weight journey. Well, my journey, I've been everywhere from 115 pounds to almost 300 pounds. I've gone through a variety of diets. I've gone through gastric bypass back in 2006, lost 150 pounds, then gained back 100 pounds. And now I am probably about 30, 34-ish pounds away from what I consider to be probably my ideal weight or goal weight at this point in my life. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how that feels once you get over 40 and this whole weight thing. It's like, it seems like most of us are a little bit different. Our weight journeys are often more about, we make a decision that weight is different for us than it used to be. Mainly, we would like to feel healthy in our body. We would like to be able to move easier than we are now. We might like to have some energy, and we're really sick and tired of the whole diet thing. Are you feeling that? And what I found on the journey is that weight, especially those of us with emotional eating kinds of things, it has a tendency to really be rooted in some unresolved emotions. Usually they're hanging around from childhood, even if you don't think that's what's going on. This is what I have discovered along the way, and discovered that there are things that make a dramatic difference that are even different than whatever the nutrition is and whatever the exercise is. A lot of it has to do with healing those emotions that have been hanging around and sort of creating an environment for our bodies to hang on to the weight. The other thing happens in the mind is a mindset. There are often places that we are focusing around weight that keep us in a perpetual cycle, a roller coaster, and they don't allow us to get where we want to go. So one of the things that I have done on my journey is I began to recognize the value of the body that I have. And I began making choices around food based on food that was going to be in service of me, as in feeding my body health versus feeding my body illness. So I began to make those choices. And when you start to make choices like that, and your mindset gets on board, it makes things a whole lot easier. So the way that I eat now is definitely a mindset issue. It is a lifestyle. I don't diet. I don't count calories. I don't count macros. I don't do any of those kinds of things. What I do is I make a choice. If I decide, hey, there's some chocolate, whatever, I think I'd like to have that, I do. Um, if I recognize that for my body, eating things like sugar, pasta, rice, potatoes, bread, all convert to sugar and they aren't in service of my body, and I make a choice. Maybe I'm not going to have that today. Maybe there's another day I decide that I am. So I begin to really tune into my body, into the intuitive wisdom of my body to determine what I'm going to eat on a particular day. I also have learned that exercise in and of itself, I find kind of boring. I find kind of grueling, and it isn't something I really want to do. So I have found that there are ways to bring movement and things like that into your life that can actually be enjoyable. So there's definite shifts that one must go through in order to actually release weight so you don't have to lose it and find it. And yeah, so how are you doing on this journey? Are you finding the help that you need out there, or are you finding that you're still doing things and they still aren't working for you? There's a lot of work that you can do with the subconscious mind and with healing emotional wounds that will help you get to the point of actually being interested in more of the nutrition part of it, more of the movement part of it. So I would like to know if you're watching this or when you're watching this, I would like to know what your stories are. What are your struggles? Are you tired of it? Are you over it? Like, what's going on with you? So that's about all I had today. This was just on my mind, and I wanted to check in and see. We all have different challenges, right? Like I have challenges around cooking. Um, so that's a different topic for another day, but sometimes it's time. Sometimes it's not knowing what to do. Sometimes it's doing what you believe is all the right things and still it's not happening. So, and sometimes we're just sick of talking about it. And we know that it's to that point where we really just want to know, what do I need to do to bring health to my body? So let me know where you're at on the journey. So thank you so much for watching. This is Tammy Coyne, your holistic alchemist, helping you change pain into possibilities and possibilities into purpose. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.